Good morning, students. Today we will start with the new topic, that is chance and probability. In our daily life, we face a lot of situations where we take a chance and it does not go the way we want it. Suppose you carry a raincoat every day and it does not rain for many days. One day you forget to take the raincoat and it rains heavily. Now, suppose you prepared 4 chapters out of 5 for a test, but most of the questions are asked from the chapter that you have left unprepared. So this is chance, isn't it? Now, in this chapter, we will be learning few terms. Experiment, an action which results in some well-defined outcomes, is called an experiment, where we actually get the some well-defined outcome, actually get the result. Okay. Random experiment, an experiment is called a random if it has more than one possible outcomes and it is not possible to tell the outcome in advance. Okay. Suppose you do anything and you get more than one result. For example, when you toss a coin, then there are chances of getting a head as well as a tail, so you're not sure what you will get. So this is called random experiment. Probability of an event, this is very important. The probability of an event E, written as PE, is defined as number of outcomes favorable to E divided by total number of outcomes of the experiment. Okay. Then we will discuss this question. When we'll solve the questions, it will be more clear to you. Okay. Now, sure event. An event which always happens is called a sure event, and the probability of a sure event is always 1. Okay. Suppose that you have got a packet of toffees. Suppose you have got a packet of eclairs. Okay. Now, what is the whatever number of toffees you take out from there, you will always get a eclair. So, what is the surety that whenever you take out the toffee, it will be an eclair only and not any other toffee, isn't it? So, it is a sure event. Impossible event. Suppose that you are having a packet of eclairs, just now I told you, and it is not possible that if you take out a toffee from there and you will get a lemon candy, isn't it? So it is impossible. So an event which never happens is called an impossible event, and its probability is 0. So we will do the question, then you will let it know. Let us start with exercise 16.3. List the outcomes you can see in these experiments. See here, probability is not asked, only the outcomes. मतलब result क्या आ सकता है. तो जब इस wheel को spin करोगे, when you spin this wheel, what are the chances of getting where the arrow will stop? There are chances that it can stop here, 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 or here. So what are the outcomes? A, D, C, B. So these are the, isn't it? So you will write down like this: outcomes A, B, C, D. Similarly, if you have a container carrying 5 balls of different colors, what is the outcome? अगर तुम कोई भी एक बॉल निकालोगे तो चांसेस क्या है, कौन कौन से आउटकम आने के? ये कोई भी एक कलर निकल सकता है, isn't it? It can be W, R, B, G, Y. Any colored ball it can come, isn't it? So the outcome will be W, R, B, G, Y. Now come to question number 2. A die is rolled once. Find the probability of getting an even number. Now, when you all play Ludo, isn't it? So, when you roll a die, when you throw a die, what do you get? What are the options? What are the outcomes is possible? What outcomes are possible? You may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, how many total outcomes are possible? 6. Now the question is how many even, what is the probability of getting an even number? जब जैसे तुम थ्रो करोगे डाई तो क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि तुमको एक इवन नंबर मिलेगा? तो इवन नंबर इसमें से कौन कौन सा है? 2, 4 and 6. So how many outcomes are there? 3. So what is the probability? Whenever you have to write down probability, you always have to write down P in front of whatever question is asked. Okay, P getting an even number equals to 3 by 6. That is, when you cancel it, you will get it 1 by 2. Then second, a multiple of 3. Multiple of 3, what are the multiples of 3 on the total outcome which you have seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are the multiples of 3? 3 and 6. So how many are there? 2. So probability of getting a multiple of 3 is 2 by 6, that is 1 by 3. Then not a multiple of 3, मतलब इसमें कौन कौन से numbers हैं जो कि multiple नहीं है 3 के? Those are 1, 2, 4, 5. So how many are there? 4. So probability of not a multiple of 3 is 4 by 6, that is 2 by 3. Okay. Now come to question number 3. Two coins are tossed together. Find the probability of getting two tails. When you toss a coin, जब एक coin toss करते हो तो क्या क्या outcomes हो सकता है? एक head या फिर एक टेल, है ना. लेकिन जब दो कॉइन्स को टॉस करोगे तो हो सकता है कि कभी कभी दोनों में हेड आ जाए या फिर दोनों टेल आ जाए, या वन हेड, एक में हेड एक में टेल, या दूसरे में टेल दूसरे एक पहले में हेड, ऐसा कुछ भी आ सकता है, isn't it? So there are 4 outcomes possible. What are they? Head head, tail tail, head tail or tail head. So total is 4. Now question is, what is the probability of getting 2 tails? Now how many 2 tails are there? You just write down here, it is only 1. So probability of 2 tails is 1 by 4. Then next is at least 1 tail. At least का मतलब होता है कम से कम एक टेल, ठीक है. इसका मतलब एक से ज़्यादा हो सकता है लेकिन एक से कम नहीं हो सकता है. तो एक टेल में क्या क्या है? एक, 1, 2, और at least means एक से ज़्यादा हो सकता है, means this also. So 3, this cannot be there because there is no tail here, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3. So you will write down here tail tail, head tail, tail head, that is 3. So probability of at least one tail is 3 by 4. Okay. Now third is no tail, मतलब कोई tail है ही नहीं. Now what is the probability? What is how many outcomes are there with no tail? Only 1, isn't it? HH. So it is 1. So what will be the answer? It will be 1 by 4. So you see it is 1 by 4. Now come to question number 4. 3 coins are tossed together. Find the probability of getting. अब हम लोग पहले में first time we learned about tossing of one coin. In that case we got two outcomes, one head or tail. Then we tossed 2 coins and then we got 4 outcomes, head head, tail tail, head tail and tail head. Now the question is 3 coins are tossed, मतलब एक साथ 3 coin हम toss करते हैं तो क्या क्या chances है आने का? You will see, you will get either, these are the total outcomes you can get from the 3 coins. Okay, head head head, tail tail tail, head tail head, tail head tail, head head tail, tail tail head, head tail tail, tail head head. So total number of outcomes will be 8. So क्वेश्चन इज एटलीस्ट 2 हेड्स. एटलीस्ट 2 हेड्स मतलब कम से कम 2 हेड, 3 भी हो सकता है. तो ये हो गया 1, दिस कैन नॉट बी देयर, दिस ऑल्सो कैन नॉट बी देयर, 2, दिस इज नॉट देयर, 3 एंड इट इज़ 3, सो 4. सो टोटल आर 4. So what is the answer? Probability of at least 2 heads, 4 by 8, that is 1 by 2. At least 1 tail, again the same thing. एक टेल, कम से कम एक टेल मतलब एक से ज़्यादा टेल भी हो सकता है, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 7. You have to write down all the time what are the outcomes you expect. So this will be the outcomes, so it will be 7. So probability of at least 1 tail will be 7 by 8. Now third question is at most 1 tail. At most 1 tail means ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक टेल, या तो नहीं भी हो सकता है या फिर बहुत होगा तो एक टेल हो सकता है. तो नहीं में एक ये हो जाएगा 1, then 2, then 3 and 4, isn't it? 3 no tail, 1 tail, 1 tail and 1 tail. So there are 4. So you have to always write down the outcomes, and that will be easier for you. So 4 by 8, that is 1 by 2.